New York may have the Rockettes, but having cheerleaders wearing Santa hats is pretty good too. 'Tis the season. Number 2 Lander at number 4 Douglas. First quarter. Douglas wearing the white. The score is tied at 2. Colton Dick with a drive, and he puts in a hook shot for 2. But the highlight is his hair. Nice mohawk. His team would go ahead 4-2. Lander would answer back. Jockahay Black will get several holiday bounces on the rim and the drop. The junior scored 12 on the game, which is now evened up at 4. Moving ahead, Black is a 6'3 junior, and he does pretty good at scoring inside and drawing fouls. Here's an example. The three-point play would put the Tigers ahead 9-6. He does pretty good on defense too, but the opposition knew how to deal with it. Black would get the block, but the ball would find its way back into the hands of Colton Dick, who would score again, and the home team is only down 9-8 at this point. The visitors had more weapons in their arsenal though. This is Jackson Hedges shooting from the foul line. Not too difficult, and now the score is 11-8. Douglas opened up their scoring attack as well. Tanner Gamble will pay off on this play. The junior contributed with 12 of his own, and he got those 2 points right back to put his team down 1. It's 11-10. They got the bench some playing time as well. Look out for this guy down the road. Eric Jammerman is a 6-foot freshman, so he has room to grow. He also had a 12-point game, and this bucket would give the Bearcats a 12-11 lead. Lander was going for style with some of their baskets. Check out this finger roll by Hedges, a textbook maneuver to score between 2 defenders as the boys in black go back up 13-12. Things were going back and forth for a bit, but here's where the pendulum started to swing big one way. Jonah Richards scores despite being surrounded to give the home team a 14-13 advantage after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, the Douglas defense and transition game got it in gear. Garrett Karfarinha with the deflection, and then Jammerman will finish on the far side to push the score up to 16-13. The freshman was leaving his mark, and the opposition may have underestimated him for a while. After this 3, they took him very seriously because Douglas would have a 19-14 lead. The visitors knew something was up and had to put a stop to it. Casey Winger will let himself in the back door and get 2 for the cause, and they are back within striking distance, down 19-16. But the Bearcats were still jamming. And who do you think I'm referring to? Jammerman again for 3. That would polish off a 15-3 run and build an 11-point cushion with the scoreboard reading 27-16. The defense would step up their game too. Nice fake by Hunter Brager, but it did not fool Richards. Someone ended up on Santa's nice list and the other was on the naughty list. I'll let you decide which one went where. Lander would eventually regroup, and it had to start somewhere. Winger breaks the scoring drought on this highlight, but his team was down 28-19 going into the locker room. Third quarter, the Tigers were picking up the pace. Winger fires cross court to Black, who will get the hoop and the foul. A comeback was in the works, down 28-23, and would eventually cut the deficit to 3. The home team needed a momentum killer. Karfarinha is open. He's making like Santa, and he'll slide this one down the three-point chimney. His team needed that one, and they are ahead 32-26. But that did not deter the visitors. Winger had a 12-point game himself, and each point was coming at a good time. This too would make it a 32-28 contest. Douglas would open up their playbook and be sneaky about it. Greg Vandeventer is quick to score on the inbounds. That would help get the advantage up to 8. It's now 36-28. But the Tigers would not go away. Winger flies through, 2 points and the foul. They kept hanging around despite trailing 36-32. The senior was the one most responsible for getting his team back into this game. Great steal, and he'll help himself to 2 more points. That 11-point deficit would get erased, and the boys in black would eventually reclaim the lead, 39-38. However, the home team did not fold. They just shuffled the cards and redealt. Gamble, top of the key, give him 3. The advantage would change hands again. It was 41-39 going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, the Bearcats were looking to deliver the knockout punch. Gamble is rolling the dice again, and he came up big. That would push the lead up to 5. It's 44-39. But the visitors would claw their way back again. Winger would miss this time, but Black had his back and scored off of the offensive rebound. It's a 1-point game, 44-43. Douglas would stick to what was working, and that was Gamble. Not so far this time, so that will only go down as 2 points, but it was worth it. The score is 48-43 with about 2 minutes to go. That was plenty of time for the opposition. They just needed one good shot. and Brager is going to provide on this 3-ball. Toss in a couple of free throws, and we're dead even at 48 all. There was still time remaining to make something happen. Hedges will get the offensive rebound and score. The opposition wanted an over and back call and did not get it. The visitors are now up 50-48. The home team then got real sneaky and turned this into a football-type play and almost got the camera. Logan Barker with a fake handoff, and it really went to Vandeventer, who scores. It's a 50-50 game, and both teams were not done when the clock expired. Now in overtime. Again, more football-like plays. Barker, double fake, then sneaks it in himself. 13 points for the senior to help Douglas go ahead 54-50. The Bearcats had 4 players score in double figures. The last one was Vandeventer, as he will finish off his 10-point game on this play to give his team a 56-50 lead. As for Lander, they had a hard time getting anything to go in the extra session. This drive and bucket by Winger ended up being their only points of the extra 4 minutes, as Douglas would get a big overtime win heading into the holiday break, 59-52.